The world doesn't have power over your money. It's not run by the government, the stock market, or your job title. The law controls it. God's law. I say this with all the truth in my heart. You are not forgotten if you are broke, stuck, or had a lot on your plate. Because you aren't in the right place. You're still in luck. You're not in sync. And beat is everything. Since the money that goes through your life isn't responding to what you do, it is reacting to the sound you send. Misalignment can't be worked around. You can't get away from conflict. There is no way to pretend your way into support. You need to follow the law. You need to say the word. You need to connect with the mental frequencies that bring about growth. I'm not here to make you feel good. I'm not here to make you feel better about your fear. This is where I come in to give your soul power. Because money will show your confusion instead of your covenant until you rise in identity, speak in rhythm, and follow without question. For me, you're like a bank. Every word you say adds to or takes away from the account. Every thought you have earns or loses you interest. And the rules I'm going to tell you about today are not suggestions. These are the keys to the vault. They let divine supply flow when they are followed. If you don't notice, they freeze it. This is something that 99% of people do not know. They run after, freak out, and try, but they can't get in. But you were picked to hear. You are ready to do what I say. You are ready to do well because you are ready to tell the truth only. If you do that, money will have to pay. Money isn't bad. Having money is bad. Money isn't moral. It does what it is told. It doesn't help good or bad. It helps with shaking. And there are rules for shaking. Fire doesn't care who touches it, just like gravity doesn't care who jumps. The divine law doesn't favor anyone. It makes itself happy. All the time. If you're always having trouble with money, it's not a punishment. There are frequencies on it that show what you have said, thought, believed, and done. Money is already in love with you. It is ready for you to tell it what to do. That's not how it feels. It's not about you. It is the moving spirit that does what the one who stands in truth tells it to do. And the divine mind doesn't let matter get mixed up with misunderstanding. The overflow does not lead to a conflict. It calmly waits for your vibration to match the divine alignment. You need to get it. Wealth doesn't just happen. It's not given to smart people. It's not denied to the kind. It is shown to those who obey. To obey means to keep the beat. Daily, exact, and without any excuses, alignment with spiritual ideals from God. That's the only way to get rich that can't fail. Everything else, all of your plans, hustle, tips, tricks, and formulas won't help you if you don't know the law. Beloved, I wish you more than anything else that you will be happy and healthy, just like your soul does. This is not an idea. This is a philosophical plan. God doesn't want it. Not having any spirit does not recognize your pain. Being poor is not religious. Lack of something is not holy. Because you are a vessel of divine character, you are meant to do well. And when your soul starts to grow through spoken word, obedience, substitution, and hope, then money, chances, and growth start to follow you around like waves follow the moon. You should not think about the 7 rules I'm about to tell you. You need to say them over and over again until your subconscious mind accepts them as the only truth. They're not tools. The frequencies are those. You also don't mess around with frequency. You turn into it. These rules come from God, but they need your mouth, your identity, and your obedience. You can't look away from them and stay free. They say you can't break them and walk in. You need to line up, not later, right now. Because once you follow the law, money will no longer be able to break it. We are now in the flow of teaching, which is where theory turns into action. I don't teach you these rules just to make you laugh. I say them into your soul so they can take hold, break the old pattern, and make your new situation happen. Financial demonstration is based on these first 2 divine rules. It is impossible for them to have plenty without them. Every other kind of wealth needs to act too. The word's law. Every word you say makes a shape. Divine stuff is put into that mold. If fear shapes the words you use, then lack becomes the content of your life. If your religion shapes the words you use, then the substance turns into supply. The spiritual world isn't a joke. It's right on. It listens all the time. And what it hears you say, it copies without thinking twice. You say, "I'm always late." The law says, "That's right." You sigh, "I can't pay for that." It's the rule, so do it. "I'm once again broke because of your joke." The law's followed. It's true. You now know how to do it backwards. You learn how to use your words as rules, not just thoughts. The way you talk has rhythm, not response. You tell me that my voice brings more. You say that every word I say is a seed of money. You say, "I only say what I want to see." And each time you do it, you get rid of the old mold and pour divine material into a new shape. You shouldn't use your mouth as a thermometer. It's not here to report things that show up. It's here to make them. The next time you speak, don't repeat your bank account, but write it all over again. Word rule is the first way to get what you need, and your money won't be safe until you make your mouth holy. The flow of money law. Money should move around. It shouldn't be held on to, feared, buried, or grabbed. It is spirit moving. And, like all spiritual energy, it grows when faith lets it out. The law rushes to replace and multiply you when you're full of joy. The law respects your energy when you are afraid, so your harvest is held back. Control is not the same thing as wisdom. Do not say that you are being careful by storing. You teach the world that you don't trust money to come back when you hold on to it out of fear. Fear does not make the law stronger. It makes the flow, rhythm, and trust in speaking stronger. Every dollar I give away comes back to me in perfect ways, multiplied by kindness. Say, "I give not to lose, but to gain." Say I move around like a godly manager, not a scared servant. The loop starts when you release with statement. You tell it to return. You base your kindness on the law, and you turn your whole money situation into a system of divine wealth flow, giving gifts, tithing, and saving. These choices don't matter much. They have to do with spiritual things. And when done at the level of truth, they bring about exponential return. But if they are done out of fear, guilt, or belief, they stop the flow. So I dare you, don't give another dollar until we talk about it. Say when it will return. Give it a shake. Every deal you make should be a legal record. Because when you do things the right way, circulation becomes the river of your growth. The word and the circulation are the first two rules, and they go hand in hand. One tells the other what to do. One talks, and the other makes more. Without them, you'll still have to work hard with them. You get into the flow. Now we go further. It's now time to get to the heart of spiritual identity. These next two laws connect what you feel to what you see. They don't need any proof. They need assumptions. They don't need to be fought. They want people to obey the state. The soul that lives by these rules doesn't just happen to show this. It comes naturally when things are aligned. This is called the law of assumption. As if your show were already over, you must walk, talk, breathe, and act. Because that's what slows God's mind. What you can see is not spirit, but your own unwillingness to accept that things are already done. If you are in the mindset of waiting, you can't bring wealth into your life. The timeline needs to be shrunk. You have to guess how often satisfaction happens. In other words, you don't say, "One day I'll be free," when you wake up. You say, "I'm free now." You don't say, "I hope I can pay this," when you look at a bill. You say, "My supply meets all needs on time and without any trouble." Don't be fooled by this. This is a spiritual practice. This is how you train your cells, your breath, and your body to give off the state you want. Let's say I walk in the energy of what's already been done. You could say, "I feel the wealth I command before it comes." You don't have to wait for this law. It's about turning into. If you behave badly, talk, question, vibrate, or wait, the law will make you keep practicing the condition you agreed to. But if you step into the energy of wealth, speak, feel, and say that it is now, the law starts to rearrange things so that they match your vibe. The rule of giving tenths in words. Tithing is not a silly belief. It is not a religious duty. Yes, it is. It's a connection of the spirit. When done out of fear, it doesn't count. In its true form, it starts flow. Giving money is not all that tithing is. It is giving with a claim. It stops the flow of information with words. A lot of them give money and hope. Few people give money and expect it back, but the person who talks while they give is the one who tells them to multiply. You don't give tithes to people. Tithing is a moral thing to do. You don't pay to get something. You pay to show that you know that spirit is where you come from. You don't give because you feel like it. You give because you promise to. You say that this tithe makes ways that no one can block. You say, I give back tenths, and the law gives back 100ths. You say that when I let go of this, I make it easier for myself to receive. You must never again give in silence. You should never gamble with your kindness. You have to water every seed you plant with your words. You have to believe in the increase, look forward to the return, and seal the deal with divine guidance. This is how the rule of tithing works in words. It's not just giving. When you speak your faith, you give. And faith can't be stopped by the law. It can't just ignore the statement. It can't stop the person who gives and talks in time with each other from getting back. When you use the rules of assumption and tithing with words, they change your whole vibration from weak to strong. You don't have to worry about getting your money anymore. You know it will happen. You no longer pay out of fear. You file the return. You don't have any hope left. There is a bond between you and them. Get ready now, because the next step is to reprogram your subconscious, which is the last thing standing between your words and your creation. Your inner mind works with you in silence to make things. It stays awake all the time. It never asks questions. It doesn't say what is right or wrong or good or bad. It only takes what is said in a rhythmic way, what is believed over and over again, and what is felt strongly. And if you don't retrain your inner system to expect wealth, then all of your statements, affirmations, and outward attempts to bring things into your life will fail because they are in conflict with each other. It's not because the law didn't work. That's because the deal wasn't fully sealed inside. Now we'll talk about the next two great rules, the laws that fix your inner system so it matches your holy nature, the deal law. You can't say one thing and really believe something else. When you talk about struggle, you can't say that you are rich at the same time. You can't ask for help and talk about how poor you are at the same time. Agreeing is like energy. Agreement means how often. When what you say, what you think, and what you expect all match up, you have agreement. When the words inside and outside of you match, you attract everything that matches them. It's the signal that gets messed up when they meet, though, and the flow is stopped. You need to burn your bonds with lack. You need to break the silent deals you made with lack through family habits, culture conditioning, and casual conversations. Now I break every deal I've ever made with lack, even if I'm not aware of it. Today, I sign a new deal, one that only agrees with money, and only with God's help and my real heritage. It's not just words, it is both spiritual and legal work. You are in charge of your vibration, and every word you say either confirms your wealth or keeps you bound. Pick now, line up, right now, say only what you can live with. When you agree with something, your mouth, mind, and heart must all be in sync. Every day, not just sometimes. Law number 6, the law of being yourself. This is the rule that people don't follow, but it's what all protests are about. You can only get what your personality can hold. Your inner mind decides what you can attract based on what it thinks you deserve. If you still think of yourself as someone who struggles and just barely gets by, then the world must reflect that. The blessings you pray for will not come to you, because who you are doesn't match your wish. But everything changes when you say, I am the channel of divine wealth, over and over again until the old picture fades. There's no longer any need for money. You are turning into a way for wealth to flow through you. Let go of the chase. You begin to receive. Don't act like something. You begin to embody. Every old sticker needs to be changed. I feel bad when my money runs out. I lose it all the time. Deleted. I'm not the type of person who gets rich, put it in its place and burn it. I am moving wealth. I am the guardian of holy matter. I will not wait any longer. I am now in line. Repetition changes things. Identity changes. Every day, say these facts out loud in a rhythmic way, without pausing, until they don't sound like affirmations anymore. You are not here to fix your money, though, just like your normal language. You are here to change who you are so that you can't help but draw supply. Because when your personality changes, so does the real world. The last two keys to inner resetting are the law of agreement and the law of identity. They can't stop you when you put them together. The fight is taken away by both of them. They work together to make the inner structure, which the law can't ignore. Now we close all 7 with a task, one that you must fully obey spiritually. The 7 laws have been told to you. The beat has been sent to you. Now I want to know if you will follow it. Will you go from being interested to being in charge? You treat wealth like a dream, but you treat a promise like a promise. Because these rules don't change for no reason. They don't listen to the unsure. They don't show themselves to timid people. They only put on shows for people who are spiritually trained. And being disciplined doesn't mean being pushed. It means consistency, following along, speaking up when there is quiet, and being in charge when people are scared. The 7th rule, the seal, is now open. The law that holds all other laws together and shows if you are ready to walk in the fullness of divine wealth. The rule of following. Money won't follow you if you won't follow the rules. If you don't follow the beat, you can't walk in increase. Getting it right is not the point. It's all about being steady. You don't have to understand every law in order to benefit from them. You just have to follow its beat. Say the word, match your identity, and replace the lie. Then, wait for the return, pass the gift around, and do it all over again and again until the law becomes the language of your cells. Spiritual duty is not based on how you feel. It happens every day. It was done on purpose. Sacred practice changes everything in your life. Now I push you to live by the agreement for 7 days. You will follow all 7 rules for the next 7 days. It shouldn't happen by chance or whenever you feel like it. It should become your new rhythm, vibration, and personality. This is your building. Morning order. Get up with the rules of the word. My voice is the sound of money. First, I use my words to make money move, and then I become the law of assumption. I live as if my stock has already been given out. Alignment at noon. Use the rule of replacement. Stop any thought of lack, worry, fear, or delay right away and start a new one. I am cared for by God. The spirit has not been lost. Say what the rule of identity says. It's not the hunter, it's me. I'm the leader, not the poor. Seal, tithe, give, and spread in the evening, but always with words. Say, this seed is blessed. It comes back to me. When you multiply it, it opens doors that no one can close. This is the law of hope. I expect to get. I see miracles coming. I want to know for sure. Before the end of the night, do this over and over for 7 days. Write it down. Say it. Live it. Come back when you forget. Fix it when you drift. The mistake is not illegal. It's good for the flow. You're no longer having to wait. The search is over for you. No longer do you wish someone would teach you the secret. You now know the secret. It's the law. It's the beat. It is the word made real. And when you fully follow it, wealth comes naturally because the world always does what you say. You're not here to see how these rules work. You're here to show them off. You're not looking for proof. The proof is becoming you. 7 rules, 7 days, 1 sound wave. And once you start walking this way, money will follow. You now, talk to me. This is not reading aloud. This is awakening the spirit. Don't try to remember these words. These are the keys to the vault. You don't say these things. You say what they are. They become etched in the walls of your mind. You told the law that you were no longer welcome at the house of wealth. You are the one who planned for it to come. Say out loud, when I talk, money moves. My voice isn't cool. This thing is money. It makes shapes, changes. It gives orders. Say, I tithe and multiply. I don't give out of fear. I give because of a promise. What I let go of comes back to me with divine growth. I already have what I need. I don't ask, I guess. I don't beg. I get. Say, I agree with abundance on a vibrational level. Leave out the contradictions. Stop the sneaky mischief now. I only say what I want to say many times. I walk as a spiritual leader of wealth, you say. Stop being a victim. No more messing around. It's not that I want praise. I'm in favor of moving. Finally, declare the seal, the beat that the law can't stop. Because I follow God's rules, money can't ignore me. Say it. Because I follow God's rules, money can't ignore me. This is your sword. This is how you move. Now you are being reprogrammed. Say it every day. Say it before fear has a chance to finish. Say it until everything around you bends to match the sound of your words. You don't want to believe. You are putting in hope. And belief turned into action. Through statement turns into wealth seen through law. This message may have stirred you, broken open the old beat, shown you the lie you've been living, or pulled you into the frequency of truth. Do not let it pass like another video. This wasn't fun or games. This was the right way. This was giving your soul the keys it has been begging for. Now I'd like to invite you, but I'm not going to push you. Leave a comment below. Pick one of the 7 rules that made you feel guilty, challenged you, or woke you up, and say it out loud. I follow the law of the word, or I do what the law of agreement says. Let your statement show that you've made up your mind. When you write it, you send it into the flow of everything. You make it clear. You make it true. If this lesson made you feel spiritually connected and at home, then don't follow me. Instead, sign up to stay in covenant and rhythm so that divine law can continue to rewire your life. Every video here has a beat. Each message is a coming back, a remembering, and a resetting of your energy. Come back tomorrow, not because you need more information, but because repetition frees you. Law doesn't break, flow does. Now that you know the rules and have been given the 7 holy frequencies that control money, all you have to do is follow them in time. No longer does your money get lost. Your way is no longer a guess. You are no longer split up in 2. You are the word and the way. You make the beat. And since you follow the law, money should too. That's how it is.